What is up, guys? It's my absolute pleasure to bring you this update version of Odd Eyes. It is my Odd Eyes Supreme King, I think I'm going to call it. Deck profile anyway, so yeah, so it's really good. The Supreme King support helps the Odd Eyes support a lot, especially since the engine I'm running. Now, let me say, first off and foremost, this is not competitive in any way, shape or form. I'm pretty sure the Odd Eyes manga cards aren't even legal at the minute, being Odd Eyes Phantom and Odd Eyes Persona. But it's just a fun deck to have some fun with, and I thought you guys might like the deck profile and the choices I've picked. It's really, really fun to play, actually. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First off, we have 3 Odd Eyes Phantom. If you don't know what Odd Eyes Phantom does, basically if it's in the Pendulum Zone and you attack, an Odd Eyes monster attacks, you can make it gain 1200 attack. And then if you have Odd Eyes monsters in your Pendulum Zone and this inflicts damage, you can inflict 1200 for each Odd Eyes monster in your Pendulum Zone. Running off kind of the same thing due to attack and stuff. This, everyone knows what this does. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon inflicts double battle damage, and it's a searcher while in the Pendulum Zone for 1500 or less. Pendulum Monster. Next we have Odd Eyes Persona. Odd Eyes Persona monster effect is pretty simple anyway, so it's if there's an extra deck monster, you're going to get its effects during either player's turn. And then when it's in the Pendulum Zone, if an Odd Eyes monster is either destroyed or targeted, you can special summon this card from the Pendulum Zone, more than likely in defense mode, and then put the Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck into the Pendulum Zone. That's what that does. These are all dark as well, so it's really helps with Allure of Darkness and stuff. Then you have Odd Eyes Mirage. Odd Eyes Mirage in the monster can basically protect any other Odd Eyes, including himself. During either player's turn, he can just target an Odd Eyes and it can't be destroyed by battle card effects. And then when it's in the monster, or when it's in the Pendulum Zone, you can pretty much use your Odd Eyes cards in your extra deck and put them back. If an Odd Eyes card in your Pendulum Zone is going to be destroyed or on the field, you can destroy him and put a different Odd Eyes back into the Pendulum Zone. So it reuses kind of ones that you wouldn't normally get back, like Odd Eyes Phantom, and puts him in the Pendulum Zone. Now, for the Supreme King support, really fun actually. They're all level 7 and dark, which makes it really synergy with the deck. So basically, this one has a negative effect in the Pendulum Zone. It's if you control a monster, you can't Pendulum Summon. But other than that, it's a scale 13, which means you can do anything from 0 to 12 or 1 to 12 levels with these. It gets an effect with Supreme King Zark, but you're kind of only going to have one time you're going to summon Zark in this deck. It's not that easy to summon. So its monster effect then is pretty good. It's once per turn you can target one other face-up card you control. That could be in the Pendulum Zone or Monster Zone. And if you do destroy bow and special summon one Dragon type Xyz or Pendulum monster from your extra deck, but it has its effect negated and attack and defense 0. And then if it's destroyed, it goes to the Pendulum Zone. So that's Infinity. So that summons Xyz. Basically, Yuyas kind of want to summon Xyz and Pendulum monsters, whereas this one does the same. It destroys itself on a face-up card, and it can summon Synchro and a Fusion, and that basically has the exact same effect, except for it summons the opposite one of the second two of the extra deck, if I can talk. But this card in the Pendulum Zone then has a effect with Zark, and then also it has, if you have Infinity in your other Pendulum Zone, the other card I just showed you, you can destroy both of them and add a Fusion or a Polymerization card. So pretty good that way as well. Next we have the last Supreme King support, Dragon Dark Worm. So Dark Worm effect is in the Pendulum Zone. It basically searches out your Supreme King gates. So it's basically a scale in itself. So once per turn you control no monsters, you can place Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster from your deck into the Pendulum Zone. So what you're going to do is you're going to search Infinity, and you're basically able to special summon all your level 7s very easy. So it's kind of a one card scale. Basically, it's really good. Then you can normal summon it. It's kind of like a Perform Pal Joker. So if this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. And then if this card is kind of used for an Xyz material and it goes to the graveyard because of the Xyz material, you can basically bring it back to your hand. Or special summon it, sorry. But it's really good. I mean, just to get any of your scale, with this card you can search your 0 or your 13 effect. It's pretty good. Next, I wanted to summon the Synchros easily, so I have Noble Dragon Magician. That with the 4s, you can make a 7, or that with the 7 Odd Eyes, you can make a 7. So it's really easy due to its effect, being able to make an Odd Eyes monster level 4. Next, for the fusion one, I have the new card Yugo Golem as well. This card's actually really, really good. It's a 1 scale, which is really good. And then you can basically Trump Witch its pendulum effect. You can fusion summon once per turn. And then once per turn during the main phase, when this card is pendulum summoned this turn, you can fusion summon a fusion monster, including that card as a dragon one. So, yeah, so you have to fuse a dragon type monster, which really works well with the other cards. And you can go into, I'll show you very soon. Last monster is Performapal Skullcrowbat Joker. Searches the whole deck, 8 scale, really good. Now for the spells, we go for 3 Skyris. Skyris basically protects your Odd Eye, or protects your Pendulum Zones, Magician, Performapal, or Odd Eyes cards, and then you can also destroy 1 card face up in your field and search a Odd Eyes card, which is a lot of the deck. Then for some draw power, Ignite Reload. If you draw the wrong scales, you can just send it back and draw another card, so you're not going minus anything. Really, really good card, this. More consistency. 3 Allure. Allure is a really good card because every one of them are dark. And you don't mind banishing that much because you run 3 of everything, so it's not too bad. I've dropped this down to 2 Odd Eyes Fusion, just because it works well to get your Starving Venom, and if you draw this first, you can get Odd Eyes Vortex pretty easily as well. So Odd Eyes Vortex is a very strong card. Next, Pot of Riches, just to draw as well. Nice draw card. Terraformance, so you have 1 less card to get into Skyris. And then Dragon's Mirror for the 1 Supreme King's Arc, just for the minute until we have the Magician support that's coming out, the Pendulum Magician support. Now, I'm just going to show you guys, it's not so much a side deck, but I was going to run this card. Let me know if you think I should. Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars. I was thinking about running that. I was thinking of adding 2 more Terraforming, because I think you have 12 7s in the deck. I think I counted it, maybe. And then I was thinking of maybe adding a Pendulum Storm just to get rid of your scales. And then lastly, an Ancient Fairy Dragon. But you let me know in the comment section down below if I should add any of these cards. I mean, I could add them, but I have 40 card deck at the minute, so it's working really well. So now, without further ado, let's get into the extra deck. So we have the 1 Supreme King's Arc that's used with Dragon's Mirror. Now, the deck with the Supreme King Infinities, Gates or whatever, they make it very easy to have all the things you need in the graveyard. And then I'll use 2 7s and a like Odd Eyes Phantom or Odd Eyes Pendulum, get them to the graveyard when you use a rank 7, and then you can use Dragon's Mirror real easy that way. That's why the deck has to be so consistent to get Dragon's Mirror to hand. But this card, when you get this card, you're generally going to win straight away. Next we have the 1 Starving Venom. Everyone knows what it does. It basically it can target a special monster, gain its attack, make that attack 0, and if a level 5 or higher monster, you can take its effect. Vortex pops monsters, very, very good. New card I've been using is Gatling Ghoul. It's really, really good, but Yugo Golem as well. I have 2 because Yugo Golem you can keep using. But basically, it inflicts damage 2 different ways. 2900 beater, really, really good. Look into it. It's a very good card. Level 9 is the only problem. Nirvana High Paladin, you can go in. That's why I run the 2. If you have a 7 and your 3 tuner that I have, you can go into this card. This card is another really, really great card. You can add a card back from your graveyard, do different things like that. I have the 1 for, what was I running this for again? Let me think. Oh, for the Persona Dragon. So if I get a Persona and a 3 out, I can make an 8. So I just wanted 1. You can add whatever you want though instead. If you want Scarlight or not Scarlight, if you want Stardust or anything like that, feel free to add that. For my 7s then, Clearwing. I have Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Those are the 2 I use. Everyone knows the negation effect of Clearwing, and Odd Eyes Meteor Burst special summons a Pendulum monster from the extra deck, or from the Pendulum Zone, sorry. Next running Odd Eyes Rebellion and Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. Feel free to change one of these, but Odd Eyes Rebellion is definitely one of the best because it actually pops your scales and then you can search out whatever you want. Really good. In this card you can't use its effect because you don't have Zangeki. I'm not running. Next, probably one of the best. If it's destroyed, you get special and then Odd Eyes from the extra deck. but also has you can again attack and special summon Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon from the graveyard. Really, really good. Big Eye, just in case you have a problematic card you can't get over. And then